Welcome everyone to my first vlog interview. Thank you for being here. In today's episode, we have Yang Villa as our special guest. A little bit about Yang. Yang has 10 years of corporate experience in water investment. He leads industry innovation that aims to advance the Philippine water sector. He co-founded the Philippine Young Water Professionals. And lastly, Yang was recognized as one of 30 under 30 young environmental champions in 2018. Every time I talk to Yang, I can feel his passion to make a difference for water utilities and water sector in the Philippines. And I'm so excited for you all to hear his journey. So let's get started. Yang, what inspired you to found the Philippine Young Water Professionals and work in water utility innovation at?
Yep. Well, hi, Kuhn, first and foremost, and to all your viewers all over the world, I suppose. And that's an interesting question because when I try to look back at where the Philippine Young Water Professionals, or PIPE, as we call it, silent W, PYWP, silent W. So PIPE actually started when, back in my first job in Maynilad, a couple of colleagues and I were talking about how to establish it, what goals was it going to have, but that never really progressed. This was circa 2012, 2013. And then we sat on the idea for a very long time. And then in 2016, I happened to attend, together with a number of colleagues from Maynilad, the Singapore International Water Week. And there were a number of other Filipinos in attendance. So we hit it off really well. We bonded together over that experience. And after the Water Week, we said, well, why don't we put together the Philippine Young Water Professionals formally under the IWA rules and umbrella. And we just started with the process of establishing the organization. But before we formalized it, we actually had this session amongst ourselves and a consultant who was trying to help us figure out, the vision and mission of the organization, our intentions and motivation for doing things. And eventually, after talking it out, what came out as a common thread across all 6 of us co-founders is that we all wanted to share our Singapore International Water Week experience to more Filipinos in the country. So you can say that PIPE was born out of a desire to include more Filipinos, to share the experience we had, and to provide the same level of opportunity that we are privileged to enjoy. Attending conferences or presenting our papers and work. Unfortunately, in the Philippines, not a lot of young water professionals have that same opportunity. So PIPE is really here to collaborate, to include more of these Filipinos. There are a lot of talented Filipino YWPs who don't get a chance at exploring the water sector more fully. So that's the core of what PIPE is.
Right.
And then for industry innovation, it's almost an accident, actually, how I landed in the innovation side of things. So my core practice in Metro Pacific Water, and even in my first job in Maynilad, then was business development. So I developed business cases for our shareholders to either green light or not, to invest in or not. And in 2015, my then boss gave me an unusual assignment to do innovation. And my understanding then of innovation was just, technological innovation. That's how I was framed in my mind. And the program we had at first was structured like that as well. So I myself had doubts about my capability to do innovation work because I felt it had to be somebody with a technical background, an engineer, or a chemist, for example. Right. But that innovation is lots of things. Innovation is being able to move forward and think progressively. And he felt that I had the penchant and inclination really grow into the role, and I really enjoy doing innovation work, bringing people together, understanding, visioning out into the future, and say this is the aspiration, this is where we want to get to 2020, 2030, and then laying the roadmap to get there. That is innovation. That for me is what excites me in the water sector. There's a lot of improvements to be done. There's a lot of work to be done, and just having landed this role in the company opened up a lot of a better understanding of the water sector.
Right. I think you touch very good points. Like you want to give to other people, right? To share your experience with other Filipino. That's really something I admire you about. And, the more we talk here, I can see the passion coming through completely. And then the second point is you don't need to have a technical background, right? It's just the desire and passion again to make a difference for the sector. I really think that you really touch on those 2 points perfectly. And so the second question that I have here, and I kind of want to dig a little bit further. So you said you got into the innovation by kind of a little bit like an accident, right? But what are the biggest challenges or mistakes that you have done in your water journey to make you where you are today? And like, what did you overcome to make it today?
Yeah. If we're talking about just one biggest mistake or challenge, then I suppose it would be it's a folly of youth to have untrained, undirected, unfocused attention. And I fell right into that whole trap of doing so many things all at once and wanting to do so many things in the water sector, in the water space. And so the first 10 years of my career, if I were to look at it honestly, was just a journey of understanding where best is my skill set, where best are my strengths, can be used to contribute meaningfully to the water sector. So thinking that way just helped me cross out a number of things that I think I can do, but I know I won't be able to do fully. So it takes a little bit of stepping back and humility as well in accepting that you can't be all things and saying, this is where I am best placed and I'm going to pursue this. So truth be told, it took me 10 years to figure that out. And I still think it's a journey of figuring that out. But it's a welcome experience for me. It's a welcome awakening for me to understand where can I best put where can I best contribute? Because that's where you find meaningful impact for other people and for your career and for your community and for my country. It's very important to teach young professionals, and this is what we try to do with PIPE. It's very important to teach young professionals that it's okay to explore things while you're young, while you have the energy to do it. But as you mature and progress in your career, it's important to find out who you really are and focus on the things that you can really deliver. That way, you can make your best impact, so that you don't end up being a little bit all over the place, but being able to deliver one or two things that you will that other people will come to depend on you for, and that where people see you're making the right contribution. So that's what I strive to do. It's been 10 years. It could be another 10 years before I completely figure it out, but it's a journey, and I'm just having a lot of fun going along that journey.
Oh, that's great. I mean, 10 years is quite long, right? But at least what I can see from what you just said is like you found your true self, right? And that's what you really want to do. Like it's the hardest question, what you really are good at and what you're passionate about. So I really admire you on, embracing the 10 years experience, like although it's long, but you found something that you're really passionate about. Thank you so much again, Yang, for taking the time to do this interview with me. I'm very sure that your water journey is helpful for many water professionals out there.
And thank you very much for inviting me to your first vlog. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So that's all for today's vlog, and there will be more to come. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.